Hi everybody, this is Katie from Ollie and Ollie from the Facebook group. I'm here today to talk to you guys about fonts. I finally got the chance to do a recording and have a little lesson on beginner basics for fonts for crafters. Okay, and what does it mean to you, a person who is using designing software like a Cricut or a Silhouette or doing sublimation? Alright, let's go jump right in. Let's talk about real quick, TrueType format and OpenType format. These are the two font size styles, types, and one type which is right here. That's the TrueType. This is best for SVGs. It prints large, great, and it's made for Windows, and you have to convert it to an iOS. OpenType format is compatible on all platforms, Windows and Mac systems, and they're usually the pretty designer looks. So, and you also get to have a lot more characters and like letters and numbers that you can work with, different types of exclamation points, question marks, hyphenations, and those squiggly lines on the sides. All right, now that we've spoken about these two, out of these two format, OTF format for the crafters wins because it is the smooth, pretty craft look that prints pretty big. However, for huge billboard size prints, you really want to stick with the TrueType formats, all right? Moving right along, we're going to talk about the two font styles. You have serif and then the sans-serif. The serif has the little like grooves on the bottom, and it has like these indents that make letters stand out. It kind of bolds the letters. It's an original type for the newspapers and for the typewriters. So the Courier New was the old typewriter font. Excuse me, and the Times New Roman is for the newspapers. So then you have the sans-serif, which, like I said, it was earlier used as billboard signs. It's smooth around the edges. It's pretty clear. It's very soothing to the eye. It's cozy. It's a very personal and relaxed atmosphere for a color. So if you see early times, it was used as billboard logos, prints well large, and it's personal. So app builders these days for the Apple phone use mainly a sans-serif font. So for the crafters tend to use sans-serifs because they're more pleasing to the eye. Just an example, if you want to take a look, here is an old newspaper. Now you have the sans-serif header, and then you also have a smaller sans-serif as like a sub logo. Then you have on the bottom a serif font in about an 8-point Times New Roman. So this is how it normally looks like when you're structuring things. Now, when you're moving forward or reading a newspaper or a magazine, you're going to tend to see, okay, serif and sans-serif. The smaller the font, the finer prints. For example, the disclaimers, they are mainly written in a serif font. It's a clearer way for a smaller print to be viewed. Now, moving right along, I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible and explain to you as much as I can with the actual fonts. I'm including a font bundle. I'm going to have a link on the group that I haven't provided yet, but I will once this video is posted. Here is the Google Drive link. You're going to click on this link. You're going to, once you click on it, you're going to go ahead and this window is going to pop up. On the top, you're going to press the download button, and then a download will come up on your Windows Edge, Chrome, or Firefox. All right, let's take a look to see if I can try to find it for you. I'll try to download it right here. Press the download. Oh, let's see if we can get back to the internet. So while we're doing that, I'm going to have that font downloaded already, and it's going to come into your downloads folder. The font bundle, if you click it open, it's going to have 3 types of folders. Now what I like to do is I'm going to select these folders by using my mouse and selecting all 3, and then just dragging them over onto my desktop so we can deal with it. and work with it. Especially if you're doing crafts, you may want to have this as a copy for yourself, as somewhat like a catalog. All right, I'm going to talk about the two more basic fonts. You have a standard sans-serif font. They're pretty, they're very pretty. They're different. Like I said to you guys, you probably know by now, they are not the basic fonts that you're going to get from other people. Like, these are not fonts that are owned by me. They're free and you're able to publicly download them. And I'll show you ways that you can get them. But I want you to take a look at the different types of fonts. Now, this is not obviously what the font actually is. These are, they're very pretty. And they're pretty clear. One of my favorite fonts is the Lemon Milk. It's great for larger logos. I'm going to show it to you if you're going to take a look at it bigger. So now, if you open these folders and you like a font and you see it, you're checking it out, you're going to double click on the font. You're going to press the install button. Excuse me. Now, you may want to do the install. I don't know why this is making me, because I already have this font installed. So you're going to want to do the install. It's going to complete, and then you're just going to close out of that window. And then you're going to do the same for each. However, there is an easier way to go around this. So just take a look at the fonts quickly, what you're going to get. You have these really cute movie letters. You have the Showtime font, which is great. Light bulb is pretty nice, but you have to, it's different. It's got like a little freestyle look to it. And Tiny Tin, this is the Tim Horton, the coffee company. This is that font. Now this one is another style. This is not a TrueType font. This is a PostScript outlines. It's made basically and mainly for web usage. So, but there's not that many fonts that have that, but it is an OpenType, which is what we like. So you guys are going to get a bunch of those from me in this bundle. Now we're going to move to the Latte. Latte is very nice. It's clean. It's got the cute little hearts. You remember, you click install and you're going to install the font. So if you look at the letters, you have the lowercase and the capitals, and then you have the numbers. So the TrueType fonts allow you 256 slots for different types of characters. So here they're missing the asterisk sign, they're missing the upside down question marks and other characters, or they're sometimes called glyphs. You may have heard people call it a glyph. And so those are just basically considered different letters. I'm going to close this now. I love all my fonts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my File Explorer. If you're running Windows, it's usually on your toolbar. And if you're running Windows, it's on your toolbar and it looks like a little manila folder. So what I want you to do is I'm going to show you where in Windows are all of your actual Windows stored fonts. So what we'll do from now on, moving forward, you're going to install fonts directly into that folder. Whether you're clicking on it and you're doing an individual file install. So I'm going to show you where it is. Or you're going to drag and drop. You're going to do a mass install of multiple files, multiple fonts into this folder. If you are a beginner user, I would not suggest you guys play around with any folders, including folders that are in the Windows folder, except the fonts folder. And all the fonts that you are going to see that are basic, if it's your first time downloading a font and you don't know what kind of font you want, do not delete the fonts that are equipped with your computer. Those fonts are 99% compatible with all different types of printers. Yes, printers need to have a font compatibility when you're running Windows or Mac. So just keep that in mind. Excuse me. So we're going to have this font folder opened up, and I showed you guys, you go into the C drive, you're going to go into the Windows folder and then find the fonts. And here is your catalog of all of your fonts ever that you may have owned. All right, we're going to move the font folder upward and to the side, and we're going to go back to that standard folder. Now quickly, what we could do is we've already seen this preview, so I'm going to close and lower the icons so I can select everything. We're going to do things in list. What I do is I highlight everything, select, and then I drag it into the fonts folder. I'm going to replace all of these because they are already installed in my Windows fonts folder, but you're not going to have this. It's going to just say installing fonts. You're going to wait for these fonts to be installed, and then you're going to restart your computer. Not log off as the user. You're going to do a full shutdown, allow your computer to fully restart, do a reboot, so that way when you're working with Design Space, it recognizes the fonts in Design Space. All right, so standard was pretty nice. Those are the basic lettering that you may not really want to do an emphasis lettering or a cursive lettering. However, I am also including cursive fonts for you that are very pretty. So now we're going to have this folder. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to minimize it for now. And we're going to go back to this folder. I want to talk a little bit about the cursive fonts that you're going to get. So some fonts, one font I want to show you that is my favorite all-time font. You have seen me create PNG and SVG files with this. It's called Autumn in November, and this is the new style of freehand writing that are on a lot of mugs. This is the writing that a lot of people are using on those resin coasters, save the dates. This is just generally a very pretty font, and it welds very well in Design Space. So this is an OpenType font, which gives you 65,000 slots of lettering spaces for OpenType font, but this person only, whoever the creator is, only decided to use uppercase, lowercase, and the numeric and standard order fonts. So once again, you can click select to install a single font, or if you like all of these fonts, install them all. I welcome you to do so. I love fonts. I love to see a pretty font. Like I said, I do not have ownership to these fonts. I've gone through thousands and thousands of different fonts from different websites. This is a very pretty font. And you could take a look, the emphasis of the lettering. It's a little bit different. This is like a contemporary, somewhat contemporary style for a font. And you can definitely give a choice for your customers or for yourself if you're going to have it. Lone Star is a little bit more legible than the Autumn in November. The letters have a heart, and they're a little bit more legible to the eye to read. Remember, when you're doing logos and things with a script, you have to say, okay, is this going to be an emphasis? Am I making a statement? What am I doing with this font that I'm using a cursive font? What will it actually give me, produce for me? So you have these, and then you have Hello Honey. Hello Honey is a font that a lot of tumble makers like to use. It's not as much script. The letters are not curved as much. They're a little bit more solid. And most of these letters, you can adjust them in Design Space, and I will show you shortly. So when you do download, please review all these folders. And I really hope you're going to like the selection that I have for you. So we're going to go back, and we're going to go to that Windows Fonts folder. You're going to select all the files, okay, and then you're going to drag them into this folder right as so. Okay, it's installing these fonts. There's some beautiful calligraphy. Darling is very pretty. So you guys are really going to have a good time with them. All right, unicorn calligraphy. This one is very pretty. Unicorn style. All right. Now I'm going to minimize this because this is my specialty font, and I want to show you an example picture that I have. Now this is what I use in my catalog when I'm doing custom projects. You're going to have about 22 fonts. I'm going to expand them for you. And so you're going to get a graffiti font, Disney font, TikTok font. Centurion font is the Cinderella fairy tale story font that you would normally see in this beautiful, beautiful writing, Texas Western font. Super Mario for those that are doing the children's tumblers, Rugrats. Rugrats wraps are huge. Excuse me. I've had a bunch of requests. I had at least 4 people in 1 week ask me for the Rugrats Tumblr wraps, and my forum absolutely has some of the cutest ones I've seen or I've been able to collect. Okay, Pumpkin Story. Pumpkin Story, this is the classic fall font for Thanksgiving. This is the font that is used for a lot of the SVGs and the images that you see. So if you are going, if you're going to edit any of the images or add a name, this will be the font that you want. Pokemon, Pikachu fonts. I provided you both a cutout and then the actual font, so you can have 2. Avengers. You're going to have the it's the Avengers font it's called, but it's really the Avengers and the Alliance League font. So those that are doing Spider-Man, Superman, and all of those character tumblers and crafts for them, you have this font, so you can add a name to the logo. Definitely personalize, and I love to personalize everything. Okay, Nightmare Before Christmas. I know some of you people love Nightmare Before Christmas, and you have the Nightmare font. Mexican, this font is very cute. You can do a lot of different crafts for it. So take a look at it. I would suggest you install it. And this one, Harry P. I may not even have to tell you guys what this is, but this is the Harry Potter font. So when you're going to be doing your tumblers and your logos and your subliminations and you're doing a Harry Potter theme and you want to make a comment, you have the Harry Potter font. All right, Dunkin' Donuts for those coffee mugs. And let's go to Game of Squids. I'm going to leave these 2 for the last. Game of Squids, you guys know it's from Squid Games. This is NASAization, and it's for those space and NASA Star Wars style fonts. Grinch is huge for the holidays, so now you could do and customize your ornaments, your fonts, your invites, everything in these specialty logos. I've also included a very cute Darling font. What I like about this is the hearts are already included with the end of the letters. So you guys could definitely take advantage of what you have here. Joker Man, this is a very fun font. It's very different. So I could see a lot of safari style. I've seen some Lion King rap requests. So this would be a cute font for that. Loki Cola is the Coca-Cola font, and I know people love anime, and this is an anime themed font called Gang of Thee. I left these 2 for the end because when you guys are using crafts for business and crafts for family and friends, don't think of it as things you can't use in your everyday life. For example, I have toddlers, I have twin girls, and that's where Ollie comes from. So I have an Alyssa and Olivia. They're 4-year-old twins. So what are we doing now? And during COVID, we've been practicing letters. This is 2 fonts. One font, I will zoom it in for you a little bit more. It is dotted letters for tracing. And You can use this for teacher tumblers, teacher gifts, teachers writing, and things that are related with school. But then you can also use this at home. I've done printouts with my kids' names, I love mommy, the numbers. I've done it with the lines and I've done it without the lines. My kids tend to use the lines. I like for them to be a little bit more structured. So please, if you're going to do crafts with some of these fonts, think outside the box. For example, I was on Amazon and I came across a video and this lady started doing trace books, personalized trace books. So you can customize and create tracing books for kids for what is in their environment. For example, you can sell tracing books for toddlers, including the kid's first name, last name, where they live, and what their milestones are for this kind of age group. All right, and the last one, we're going to have a lamina font. Now this font, it has two purposes. You can use it like this, but this is considered an initial font. So what you do is you're going to use, let's say your last name starts with an A, and you want to create a reef, and you're going to create this large, beautiful letter A. You're going to create it in, let's say, like a 70 or a 90 size font. It has beautiful floral design on the side, and then you could do the family name here. So there's a lot of cute ideas that you could do with these, and I know my Harry Potter fans like myself, Nightmare Before Christmas, I love, love, love Rugrats. I'm a kid at heart, so these are my favorite fonts. It took me some time to look for them and search through thousands of pages, but I got them and I'm giving them to you. So what you're going to do, you're going to go into your specialty folder, you're going to select all, you're going to highlight, select, and then you're going to drag them also into your Windows Fonts folder to install. We're going to replace it because some of these fonts I already have. All right. So I promised you guys I was also going to provide you with a list of font websites. I'm going to put this up for a couple of seconds if you want to write them down or take a screenshot of what it is. These are type fonts. Now, I'm an old school designer at heart, and I've been actually using the internet for quite some time. I would say 1998, I've started really dabbling with images. So I remember from back when, in 1998, when all of this was brand new and there was only JPEGs and GIFs that were out there really mainly on the internet, I was using 1001 fonts, the font, and FontSpace. So nowadays I dabble out and I move over. I've seen all these font websites. They're great. They're free for you to use. I'm also going to show you now how to use and download a font for yourself. So you have these, feel free to check them out, Google them. Google provides fonts. You do not have to pay for extra services that Silhouette or Cricut may offer, although they may be a little bit simpler. Now, if you are doing writing, if you're creating invites, if you are doing anything that requires writing, I've included in the cursive, and I forgot to mention this. It's called, look at this font. This is a writing font. What I would suggest is use a 1-point marker, whatever color you're going to use, and this will use the Cricut Design Space as a writing font, even though it's technically not a writing font. So Harmony would be a great writing font, and Sandrina would be a great writing font. That's the one that we looked at before. All right, so by now I hope that you have all these 55 fonts installed, let's move along, and I'm going to show you how to download and install a font. I'm going to go to www.dafonts.com. We're going to click. Oh, my internet is still not working. Connect. Okay. We need to get on the internet because I need to use my design space today with you guys. And I'm going to show you some cool things at the end, so please stay tuned. I'm sorry it's taking a little bit longer, but I promise you it's going to be shorter than the old video. Alright, so you are looking. This is not the font website. Alright, like I said, foolproof way. We're going to go to google.com. You can save them in your favorites. Okay, and now we're going to go to DaFont. DaFont. All right, come on. It's being very slow. So search for them, search through the font websites that I've included for you, and you're going to have a fonts website. I've been on this website a million times, I could tell you, over the years, and I absolutely love fonts. My friends call me the font police, so if you're listening to it, hi, you know who you are. So going back into fonts, I would like to tell you that there's many different types of styles. Then you have the sans-serifs and the serifs. These are under basics. I've given you pretty much everything but the basics. So let's say we're going to go through the cartoon. We'll click on the first one. Guys, you see it's 123 pages. It's a lot of pages for you to go through. I think somewhere here it's listed that there is over 5 million fonts actually on dafont.com. I've never had any problems. They do offer the fonts for free for you to download, for you to use. If you really love the font, I would really suggest contribute, donate, whatever you'd like. It's up to you. So let's go back to downloading. We went into cartoon, right? And let's say we're going through here, and I like bubblegum. I'm going to click on download. Well, I'm actually going to click on this first. And let's say I want to test out, because I'm going to write bazooka. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see how it looks. And let's say I like it. All right. You have all these fonts. This is what's becoming available to you. And I like it. I'm going to download it. We're going to go into the download folder. It's finished downloading. I had the little arrow come up. And now I am going to double click. This is considered a compressed or zipped file. And you're going to double click on this font and click install. It's going to install the font. What I do is I go through dafont.com. I pick my 10-15 fonts that I like. I download and I install all of them, and then I do a full reboot. After I've done working with dafont.com, I then do, like I said, I go into my what's going on here? I go into my Cricut, my design space. And we're going to put these fonts to use. So I'm sure by now you've played around a little bit with Design Space, and my internet is being very slow. So I'll tell you guys in the meantime a little bit about me. I am from New York, and I have a company called Ollie Deals where I sell some crafts if I do have the time, because I am a busy mommy of twin little tornadoes that are my life. So between work and doing my crafts, I try to juggle in between everything. So when I do have the time, I love to create. And now, of course, Cricut is going to open 1,000 files. All right, let's go into text. I do like my grids. Cricut likes to hide it from me. All right, we're going to go into text, and we're going to apply these fonts and put them to use. Hello is a very, very popular font. You have that font in your package. I am going to increase it. Okay. So you're going to see that these fonts, they're already well put together. Let's increase it. I like to really take a look at it close. I'm going to do 120 point. So I like this font. Things are together. So, but what I like to do is I like those squiggles. Those squiggles are everywhere. They're hot. They're popular. So I have included another font for you that actually has these squiggles. The font is called I Love Glitter. It's not my font, like I said. I am sharing this font with you guys. Let's do Love Glitter. Now I use it under System because that will show me all of my system fonts. So here is I Love Glitter. This is Hello. The I Love Glitter font itself is not really that great, but it does have a couple of cool and, like I said, glyphs. Brackets on one side and then a right side bracket. You see this? Look at how pretty this became. Let's go out a little bit. Isn't this beautiful? If we could see it, there you go. All right, but I really want to use it with this font, so here is what I do. I select this. I'm going to ungroup. So now you know ungrouping means you can use each and individual letter in its purpose. All right. Now the squiggle that everybody loves, I can apply it here. So we've moved this squiggle from one smaller font, which is not standard, onto our Hello, the font that we like to use. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit closer so I can show you exactly what I'm doing. And where did my squiggle go? Let's go up. And we're going to move it. You want to manipulate it to make it work for you. Okay. All right. So you have your Hello, and you want to kind of match what this font is looking like. But first, this is not natural looking. To have a squiggle like this that's in this font with the O ending like this, you actually want to move it upward. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a horizontal, actually we're going to do a vertical flip. There you go. So now it really should look like this, right? And you see how pretty that is? It comes out with the long squiggle. But we want it to look like it belongs with this font. So we're going to remove the size ratio, and I am going to make this a little bit smaller, and we're going to work with this font a little bit. We're going to try to manipulate it. So let's see. If you want it longer, you could make it longer, but it's really up to you. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer and a little bit thinner, and let's see if it will match. I think it looks like it will. Let's try to weld it now. We're going to select My Hello and the squiggle. We're going to weld it together. All right. For these purposes, I would really want you to perfect your font and obviously play around with it a little bit more. So then you have the second one, and this one I think that we're going to keep it actually low because you have the H right here, and you're going to put it right under there. This one came out much better. All right, we're going to weld it. We're going to remove this font, and now you could do whatever you want with this font. We're making it, this is going to become a basic cut. And how is it going to look? Let's take a look. Everything is together. This is exactly what you want it to be when you're doing these cutouts. Remember, if you're working with a special type of iron-on or vinyl or whatever it is that you're going to be printing on water slide, you may want to mirror it for yourself. We're going to cancel this. So with the font, with this font, this is how you're going to create squiggles. But let's say you want something more, and you've downloaded all these fonts, and you really don't know what, you don't remember, let's say, what the font looks like. Windows has a Windows-based application called Character Map. So Character Map shows you all the glyphs, all the files, all the styles that are available for you. For example, I Love Glitter, which is what we used. And let me go back into Design Space. We're going to do a test over here. I'm going to close it back down, minimize it. So let's say I want to write my two people's names. We're going to do a click on whichever letter you want. So I will do B. We're going to click on B, select, and it's going to come down on the bottom. So let's see, B, I've double clicked it to make it quicker. L and L. We have Bill, but then I really like this heart. And you see that I Love Glitter, which is one of the fonts you're downloading, has it. This heart, let's try. Here, we'll kind of click on this, go back, and we're going to do another heart. We're going to select Bill, and let's select the name Nora. And we're going to close it back up. We're going to select. We're going to select it like this and copy. So you have Character Map that shows you what the fonts are capable of. Besides Cricut and printing some cool stuff. So now we're back. We're going to create a text. and we're going to paste. We're not doing it. Make sure that your font is not hello. Your font is in I love glitter. Did this not come out? Oh no. I love Design Space, but okay. I'm going to, so this is what we picked in Character Map, and you were able to get these cool little hearts. Now you're welcome to do it for other fonts, script fonts also, like I said. So you're going to select, you're going to ungroup, and then put your connection wherever you want. Remember, remove the sizing, make it as thick or as thin as you may want. So guys, Valentine's Day is coming. You've seen me do my Valentine's Day dump. You have those fonts. But I want to tell you a little secret of what I do and what I use it for. I'm going to close this. I have been doing invites in multiple languages. I do in English and Spanish, Spanish and Russian, Spanish and Polish, Italian and Spanish, Creole, and I've done invites, menus, wedding banners, name table plates in multiple languages. And this is what I used. I used Character Map, and Arial is pretty standard, but there are other fonts, and if you want to look, I mean, you could see I have a bunch of fonts. Arial, I'm just going to give you an example in Arial, because Arial has a huge selection. You're going to have Greek lettering, and you're going to have different characters. You will be able to create, these are Greek, this is Russian. You have the Spanish and Italian that use mainly the American alphabet, but you have the different exclamation points. The upside down exclamation for hola, and then you have the upper, and you can create your own banners in multiple languages. All right, so I really hope this helped you out with your fonts, and I hope you check out more of the videos, and I will be continuing with your request to do videos as you guys need help with things. So feel free to always comment, subscribe. I really love the feedback that I'm getting from you guys, and thank you very much for watching. Take care.